Hey folks, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode 116 of the TNA Impact Wrestling TEW2013 Let's Play. You join us today with our last episode of TNA Crossfire before Hardcore Justice, and hopefully a show that will take us straight in towards Impact Wrestling and then hopefully a good pay-per-view. We've managed to book 14 segments today, hopefully extending some of the feuds onto the next level as we're pretty much bringing some of them to a close once we get to the pay-per-view. And we've got 4 pre-show matches as we try and get some guys some momentum and debut some new characters and give you an idea where we're hoping to go in the future. Today's episode is going to be booked in the Lloyd Noble Centre in the Mid-South region, which is in Norman, Oklahoma. We're looking to try and get, I think it's about 11,500, maybe just over that, ideally. If we get that over the next 2 shows I'll be delighted, and hopefully we can get the importance and popularity up within the Mid-South region. It is at C plus 70 there, but it also extends out. I believe it takes the Midwest, no, it's not the right one, spill over Midwest and the Southwest. So if we're going to work in the Midwest, I think, just to try and get that back up to maybe a 68 or 69, and just distance it away from obviously the national level of 65. So, nothing really else to cover, guys. I say hopefully just you enjoy the show. Hopefully it gives you, again, pretty much an idea where we're going towards at the pay-per-view. And yeah, here we go. Impact presents TNA Crossfire. Here we go. So, we start off with an extremely short match. As you can see, we've changed up his look. And we're going to go a completely different idea with Colby Corino. Actually, I'd initially planned him to be a babyface when we returned, but apparently it was still too soon to turn him. So I thought, what if we just debut the character as a heel, and the new look as a heel on the pre-shows, and then maybe eventually we can turn him face. If not, there's definitely going to be plans to take him to the main roster as a heel and go with him with this new look. But he defeats Peter Avalon, who makes his debut in 250 by pinfall. Only an F plus 13. Avalon debuts an underdog gimmick, which got an initial 90 rating. Obviously the crowd are going to be turned off in a match between 2 jobbers. But the 2 guys we're hopefully going to build up over the next year and can be definitely cornerstones to the company as it hopefully gets to the next level. Colby's improving his performance skills, that's always good. Negatives there, both guys holding back. Inconsistency and momentum of Colby Corino. The segment for its booking length. It's booking decisions, and because it's between 2 jobbers. But 13 F+, it can only get better. Next up, in a match that had some good action and average heat, Mascara Dorada defeated AR Fox in 720 by pinfall. This got a 63C. Nothing really else to talk about here apart from the fact it's just getting Dorada some momentum. Negatives for this include holding back, both guys not being able to go all out, or poor gimmicks for both guys, and being done to a cold crowd. But of course you're going to build that crowd up, you don't want to burn them out in the pre-show. And about the featured great action and average heat, Hawkins defeated Masato Yoshino in 10:08 with the taste of pain, B minus 73. Great chemistry between these 2 guys are pretty good. It's a shame Yoshino's pretty much resulted to just putting guys over, but he's delivering good matches and that's great. No skill improvements here. The dirt sheet just has negatives for both guys holding back, the poor gimmick of Hawkins, the low experience of the announce team, but again, that'll pick up, obviously between Mike Tenay and Matt Striker, which is going to be the future broadcasting team for the foreseeable future. In a match that had some good action and average heat, the Killer Elite Squad defeated Rhino and Tommaso Ciampa in 5:34, when Harry Smith defeated Rhino by pinfall with a surprise cradle. Just a D plus 52, not the greatest match in the world. I can only assume these teams didn't really click. Harry Smith was off his game. Lance Hoyt continues to improve with Rumble and technical skills, and Rhino again on performance. The dirt sheet, lots of negatives there, and it's mostly Tommaso Ciampa, so I think I'm probably going to let him go at the next opportunity we can. So we start the show off with Samoa Joe in the ring. He's bragging about how this Sunday he will defeat CM Punk before EC3 heads to the ring. EC3 says this Sunday it's all about his date with Destiny, his match with Taker, a match that's going to make him a star. Next up, Nakamura comes out. He says this Sunday we'll see the tag division reach new heights when him and Ibushi defeat the Forever Hooligans which then prompts Rocky Romero to enter the scene. He and Nakamura go back in the mic with more interruptions from Joe in EC3 before Steve Austin comes out. Austin says, "You whiny son of a bitches have given me a great idea. Who is in the biggest match? Who is the biggest star? Tonight, we find out in a fatal four-way action, Joe versus Nakamura versus Rocky Romero versus EC3. So there you go. Guys are all in our main event matches are going to collide in a colossal fatal four-way. Hopefully I can score a good rating. This segment does with a B plus 84 and the Tag Team Champions of the World storyline continues. Negatives, is there any? Just on a cold crowd, so that's perfect. Good way to open the show. Going to book that in. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Ua Nation defeated Matt Taven in 6:36 by pinfall with a jackhammer. A D42, a simple match to get Ua Nation over. Color commentary gave the match a boost. Ua Nation is improving his technical skills. Negatives, again, length, holding back slightly, and obviously the low experience of the announce team. But this leads to Ua Nation celebrating his victory. We then cut backstage to see Jeff and Matt Hardy beating down Bobby Lashley. Upon seeing this on the Titantron, we see Ua Nation run to the back to try and help his partner. This got a 60C rating. Bobby Lashley came across well. The tag team storyline has advanced through this. You can tell these guys just aren't as over as they once were, since we're only getting a 60C. But yeah, continues the feud. And all the negatives there are pretty much from Matt and Jeff. So when Bobby Lashley's all good there, you know something's definitely wrong with your other guys. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Ivelisse Velez defeated Mia Yim and Melissa in 11:25 when she defeated Mia Yim by pinfall. Disappointing D plus 49. I thought with the way the Ivelisse and Melissa match went the last time, that added Mia Yim would be kind of either rival it or make it a better match. Disappointing it's so poor, but that is obviously TW for you. Something looks good and then you add something to it and it's just not as good. So disappointing it's a D plus 49 and I definitely don't think we'll be going triple for it in the future, but no negatives for, there is one negative for Mia Yim. That and Ivelisse both have holding back, as does Melissa, who has negatives for low morale and momentum. That should continue didn't continue the women's storyline for some reason. Who knows? Next up, Johnny Devine hits the ring with his entourage of Divine Entertainment. Tonight I proved to the world that Divine Entertainment is more than just Pinky Sanchez. Tonight, Jake Carter, Marty Scurll and Jesse Sorensen show the world that all the future lies with Johnny Devine. Take note, these guys will be world champions. So he's got his entourage out again. An E26, hopefully that's getting him a little bit more over. The segment brought the crowd's mood down, but again we've got to build these guys up. High morale for him, but a poor gimmick and low momentum. We'll see what happens next. And there, extremely short match. Carter, Scurll and Sorensen defeat Christopher Daniels, Eric Young and the Amazing Red in 3:43 when Jesse Sorensen defeated the Amazing Red by pinfall. This was a D43. Johnny Devine did some good work at ringside. Commentary helped the match a little bit. Hopefully gets all these guys a bit of overness and we can start pushing them higher than openers or lower mid card. Eric Young's improving his technical skills. So many negatives, so that could have been so much higher. But again, we've got so many guys in the match that's going to happen. And about the featured great action in average heat, Chris Hero defeated Joey Ryan in 7:53 with a death blow. This was a C62. Chris Hero foreshadowed a heel turn. I'm still unsure if he is definitely going to turn, but I'm going to tease it anyway just in case we find plans for him. Negatives there. Both guys holding back slightly. Hero continues to decline physically, so that's why I don't really want to put faith in a push. And Joey Ryan, I think we're just going to start to job out. We don't have intentions of keeping him. He's on a paper appearance deal. I want to just keep Britain guys that are going to be loyal to the company. And with him just being part of PWG and not wanting to leave there, it makes perfect sense to just let him go. But there is a lot of people who have been released, and I'll let you know about that at the end of the video as well. Next up, we welcome back Jeremy Borash. Remember him? He's with Drew Galloway as Drew speaks about his upcoming tag match with Adam Cole against Ricochet and Chris Jericho. Ricochet, you have what I believe is mine. I should not only be TNA Central Champion, but I should be the holder of the case. That one-way ticket to the World Championship. You are nothing now but a span in the works. Tonight is a small preview of this Sunday. I will end it, I'll defeat you, I'll end you, and I'll take your case away from you. So Drew is absolutely raging that he can't get hold of Ricochet. He's going to take him out this Sunday and he's going to steal his case. Only a D45. I just brought up Borash back because again we might need him in the announce team one point, but I'll use him as an interview just to add a bit more realistic feel to it as well. It may not get us the great ratings we desire, but you're always going to have a backstage interview. But Piper helped Galloway. Galloway looked good. Borash was underwhelming. No skill improvements. Negatives there. Borash was penalised for being poor at a babyface. I think JB's always been a babyface, but that's a strange one. And about the featured great action and a good crowd. Chris Jericho and Ricochet defeats Adam Cole and Drew Galloway in 10:44 when Chris Jericho defeated Drew Galloway with a codebreaker. C plus 66. I was hoping that'd make the B minuses, but two storylines advance the bank on it in the Break the Walls future. Cole and Ricochet improve their Rumble skills. Road Agent notes was just Jericho to beat Drew with an open match, so that's probably why it was kind of drawn down a little bit in ratings. Just really holding back of most people. Jericho for declining physical ability and a couple of poor gimmicks. Just need to work on those gimmicks, won't they? But then have a hype graphic coming up, previewing that Rocky Romero and Alex Kozlov take on Nakamura and Ibushi at the pay-per-view. This is a B79. Oh, this match flopped as well. And about the feature great action and a good crowd, Kota Ibushi defeated Alex Kozlov in 9:39 by countout. Just a C61. Now I know obviously if it was two great workers, obviously they are, and we're a performance company, this would go over. But both guys are sitting at overness at least in the 70s, so I'm very surprised this is as low as a C61. Let's see what the negatives are. Both guys holding back and both guys inconsistency. Well, could have been a lot better. Really disappointed in that. I thought that would honestly put us into the B minuses. But anyway, we're backstage with Samoa Joe. Joe says tonight, Samoa Joe sends a message not only to the world of professional wrestling, but to CM Punk. Punk, I put you on the shelf. There is no way in hell you should be in any physical shape to face me. Let's be honest, I'm the most dangerous man on the planet. So I'd advise you not to show up this week, and don't show up at Hardcore Justice either. That's it, yep. So Joe's sending out a warning to Punk saying, don't even bother turning up at Hardcore Justice, I'm just going to break you again. There's a B80 segment. Hopefully puts us in a good position for a main event. The main event has to succeed, or we are looking at losing pop and importance in places. Let's see what it gets. A B minus 77, so we're definitely going to lose pop. It could have been better. I ideally needed a B plus here. And this added in with the semi-main event. Gives me the fear. But and about it featured great action and great heat from the audience. EC3 defeated Rocky Romero, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Samoa Joe in 18:29. And EC3 defeated Nakamura with a headlock driver. Again, we're pushing EC3 to the moon. Promo wise, he's nailed it. In the ring, not so much. But B minus 77, we can only hope that he improves with working with good workers in ring. Hopefully gets the stats up, because I mean on the mic he's untouchable. The announcing quality wasn't up to the same standard of the match. The tag team champions of the storyline continues, because obviously two of them were in the match. Samoa Joe's improving technical and performance, so that's always good when your champion's improving. Negatives. Everybody holding back was literally it. Plus low experience of the announced team. So EC3 wasn't getting done for stamina purely because there was a lot more guys in the match to cover him. Well, still wish it could have been better. But anyway, during the match, Samoa Joe runs to the outside. So this is, obviously you can't script this in the match, but basically the reason Joe doesn't take a pinfall, he runs to the outside when familiar music hits and it's the return of CM Punk. Punk runs down the ring and starts to attack Samoa Joe. They brawl, with Punk continually getting the upper hand. They fight up the ramp. Punk hits some vicious kicks to Joe before continuing to nail him to the back. While this goes on, the match continues. So obviously the other guys are still fighting, but Punk's back and he takes Joe out of the equation and gets a bit of a revenge on Samoa Joe. So just on A91, the World Championship storyline continues, and everything apart from a cold crowd was good there, but I still feel we're going to be looking at a B-, probably a 75 or something. Definitely losing popularity, and hopefully we can pull it back in the next show. Let's see. Yep, B- 77, loses popularity in 11 regions, so again we'll have to work on that. Again, it's part of the learning process. We still need CM Punk in that main event scene, even taking him out for 2 weeks. So yeah, Punk will be back and we'll hopefully draw a lot better final rating next week and get the show back on a decent level. What I want to check is, if I go to size, which is here, importance, Great Lakes is down to 66, that's worrying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, if we get Great Lakes down again we could begin back to Cult. So definitely pressure on there to try and get Cult up a little bit. Great Lakes up a little bit. And especially the Midwest, they're the two I'm worried about. So we'll see what happens there. I definitely need to get them again up a little bit, but that's why we've put the likes of we're going to put the likes of Punk and that back in. I'm just trying to see try to remember what that gives you. It lets you know who you've released recently from this screen anyway. Is it user log? Ah, there we go. Yep, user log. So basically, the last couple of weeks we've kind of let people go. Released Tracy Brooks from our contract. We terminated the contract of Matt Morgan because he wasn't doing anything. We've released Showtime because he was unhappy. And obviously, the last episode we got rid of Matt Sydal because of, again, more soft drugs. But looking at who's going to leave shortly, if I just quickly go to the diary, I say Joey Ryan's going to go, Piper's probably going to go, I'm going to keep Divine, I think Lacey, Stacey Carter, Amy Dumas, Soze are all going to go. No use for them. We'll keep Johnny Divine because he's working okay. Pinky Sanchez will keep, Flip Kendrick might go, Peter Avalon I think will keep. Then it's so RVD's going to go. And then you're looking down there, you might be looking at some MVP leaving, Rhino, Brother Devon, Tiger Rash thing. There's going to be a lot of people getting released as their contracts expire. Maybe even Kurt Angle, to be honest. Because I want to try and just get as many, especially wrestlers that are not on written deals, out the door. And if they're on a written deal and I'm not using them, away. Because we really need to start looking at this, an aspect of getting this company making money every month. Because obviously the worker cost is way up already. That's because I've released a few people. But we need to stop losing money, and obviously the quick finance 26 richest company in the world is just not good enough. We have to be making money, we have to give this company a bit of money to play with, so we can go and get better talent. But the email just says Harry Smith is feeling the grueling effects of his schedule. So that is it for this episode, guys. I am now going to book Impact Wrestling, which will be the go-home show. Disappointing result, as I say, to get the 77 B-, but Punk's back. We'll give him a match on Impact, and hopefully that gets a good rating. And hopefully, yeah, we can basically just get a good rating and carry some momentum into the pay-per-view. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. If you get any comments, anything you like to recommend, it can help the series, help the show get better. I'm more than happy to listen to anything. I'm always learning from the game. Always learning for you guys, so it's deeply appreciated. And of course, guys, don't forget, if you haven't already, hit the sub button. That means anytime an Impact Wrestling TW video drops, you'll be first to know about it. So thanks again, it's Twitter Maxwell. I'll see you all real soon. Bye bye.